Yeah, that dude's crying. I love it. What up, guys? It is your boy Matt from RamseyVoice.com, and I am so excited you're here because if you're here, that means you guys are ready for more reactions. How amazing is that? And I can't think of a better reaction to get started off with today than one of my new favorite Filipino singers, Miss KZ Tandingan. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Not a ton of people corrected my pronunciation, so hopefully I'm somewhat close with that. Now, today I'm super excited because I'm going to be reacting to her cover of Say Something, which is originally done by A Great Big World, featuring Christina Aguilera, won a Grammy in 2013. Just in general, a very, beautiful, slow song. I've worked on it a million times, and I cannot wait to see the way that KZ has reinterpreted it for us. I assume that she's reinterpreted for us. Otherwise, I'll just enjoy watching her because it's going to be great. But based on her performance of Rollin' in the Deep, man, I'm going to guess that she's going to wow us here. Speaking of my previous reaction to KZ Tandingan, I'm going to go through my favorite new segment in the show, which is High Note, Low Note, where we take a look at a really, really nice comment left by one of our fantastic viewers and a really horrible comment left by a terrible person. No, I'm just kidding. They're not terrible at all. All comments are good comments. Not all the comments. I'll get to that later. But let's go ahead and take a look at our high note today, which is going to come to us from Megs Franco Deconic. What an interesting name, who said, great reaction and love the tutorial. I really, really appreciate you guys sticking around. She's talking about the tutorials that I leave at the ends of my videos. I'm using a new segment called 2-minute tutorials, where I spend 2 minutes at the end of my reaction going through a technique that the singer from that particular reaction used. So make sure that you watch until the end, because I'm going to take you through one of my favorite new tutorials, and I have no idea what it is yet because I haven't actually watched the reaction. And our low note today comes from a few people. In general, I made a comment on KZ's last video that she used auto-tune in the beginning of Rollin' in the Deep, which she absolutely did. But a couple of folks were confused about what auto-tune is. John Secret said it was not auto-tune. Joanna said there's no auto-tune in that contest. Believe me, she's really amazing. Absolutely, I 100% agree with you guys. Cameron said, since it's a singing contest, auto-tune is not allowed. Okay, let me be clear. I was not saying that she was using auto-tune for everything that she was singing. I was saying that she was using auto-tune at the beginning of that. And just so a lot of people were saying it was reverb instead. Just to demonstrate the difference between reverb and auto-tune, auto-tune can be done really, really gently to just nudge a singer back into the correct pitch, or it can be done really, really aggressively for effect. Think like, KZ is a good example, or you can think of like lots of rappers use a ton of auto-tune. So like auto-tune might sound like, there's a fire starting in my heart. That would be an auto-tune kind of sound. Whereas reverb adds atmosphere. It adds, I don't want to call it an echo, but it's much more similar to an echo than it is to auto-tune, which is affecting the pitch. Reverb is affecting the ambiance, the ambient sounds, and adds a little bit of kind of like atmosphere to the overall sound, which would sound kind of like this. There's a fire starting in my heart. You can hear the difference. The first one affects the pitch, and the second one is like much more about like kind of like adding a little flavor. Now, reverb is used all the time in music. An auto-tune can sometimes be used for effect, but it can also be used to nudge singers back into the right key. In KZ's case, she was definitely using it as an effect. So it's not a dig on her. I know that she's an amazing singer, and I believe I said that several times. I just said that very clearly that she was using it as an effect, but some people were still confused, so I just wanted to clear that up and hopefully teach you guys a little something. With that said, let's jump into the reaction itself. And again, make sure that you stick around until the end for the 2-minute tutorial. I wonder what it's gonna be. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're in the key of E minor rather than B minor is the original key. Oh, I love the ambiance. That on the guitar is a lot of reverb. Love it.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
It sounds a little bit like Ellie Goulding. I went through this in one of my other videos. It's a really small vocal tract posture.
I'll be the one if you want me to.
Very high larynx, low soft palate, very breathy. Say something.
Anywhere I would have followed you.
And now as she goes through, I'm sure she's going to open it up into more of that belty sound.
Say something, I'm giving up.
Look at that eye contact. That's beautiful stuff.
And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head.
There's also synth in the background that's just kind of gently patting it. That's reinforcing the key. Nice.
Would stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Love it.
I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you.
Very emotional.
Anywhere I would have followed you.
Jessie J! Hey, Jessie! Now she's sticking with pretty much the original melody so far here.
Oh,
she's getting up. High notes of B so far. Ooh. She's so good at these breakdowns. The guitar player stood up now too. There's a lot of pressure. Nice. So it's a whole step scoop. Or a portamento slide. Yeah. Yeah, that dude's crying. I love it. High note so far is a C5. Normally goes, I wanna follow you.
Say something, I'm giving up, 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 giving up on you.
Ooh, yeah. E5.
Something, I'm giving up on you.
Wow.
I'll be the one if you want me to.
Ooh, wow. Oh, she's so happy. I love it. Oh my God, guys. What a fantastic performance. KZ is really, I just love her intensity. I love her attitude and I love her intensity. She's just got this really kind of smoldering kind of intensity about her that just comes out. It comes out in her, in the way that she kind of blocks or the way that she walks and moves around the stage. And also the performance aspects of like her keeping that intense eye contact while she's like begging you almost with that, say something, I'm giving up on you. It's very, very intense. It's very intimate. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, so that brings me perfectly into my new segment, which is 2-minute tutorials. And today I want to talk about something that KZ is doing very well, which is she's changing pressure on the audience throughout this performance. Now, what I mean by changing pressure on the audience is you want to think about every song and more meta than that, every performance, like every set that you play, as kind of like an arc. And you're in some ways telling a story with the song and with the set list that you play. Now, what I mean by that specifically is with KZ here, she's starting off. Let's just start by looking at the instruments. She's starting off with an acoustic guitar and just a voice and a little bit of synth pad playing around in the background, okay? It's very, very light. And even for a lot of that stuff, it's just like single notes that the guy is playing on the guitar. He's not like strumming super hard. She's singing very lightly. This is very, very low pressure. And you can even see that in their posture. She's starting off, let's see. Yeah, here's a good one. They're starting off seated, facing each other, very, very low pressure. They're not facing open to the audience like this. They're just facing each other. It's an intimate moment. There's not a ton of pressure. They're not asking a lot from you as an audience. Now, as this goes forward, you'll see she starts to move. She starts to get up. Let's find it. Here it is right here. So now she's standing. She's standing. He's starting to strum much more aggressively. Wrong spot. Right. So he's strumming open chords now. She's keeping her body posture all open to the audience. And as that continues to build, we have a crescendo where both of them are standing up right here. He's standing up and rocking out. He's playing with the music too. Totally not necessary for the chords that he's playing. After all, they're exactly the 4 same chords that he was playing before. But now he's standing and he's rocking with the music, and it's adding the most pressure on the audience. And then they finish off, of course, with everything really, really back and a nice low pressure again. This is a fantastic way to play these slow burn, sentimental, very emotionally grabbing songs like this. So guys, I want you to start thinking about your songs and your performances in terms of how much pressure you're putting on the audience. I'm putting a lot of pressure on you by maintaining eye contact. As soon as I look back at my screen, that takes some of the pressure off of you. You can think of performances in the same way. If I stand up all of a sudden, that's adding more pressure. If I sit down and I face away from you, less pressure. Think about how you're using that and what you're saying with the songs. I think I went way over my 2 minutes, but this is something I feel very, very passionate about, and it's something that informs every performance that I do. Guys, I hope you learned a lot from that. KZ, fantastic. 5 stars, of course. Throw it at you. You're killing it. You're amazing. I'm so, so happy that I got to hear her rendition of this, and I love the way that she does her breakdowns as well. If you guys found this video super helpful, make sure that you smash that like button, comment with the next kind of video that you want to see me do, and subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel. If you guys want to check out more information about some of the things that I was talking about in terms of a performance, I'd highly recommend checking out Tom Jackson's book on the live music method. I really, really love this stuff. I'd love to get more into performance coaching, but he's already done it so well, and I just love the way that he breaks down the techniques and analyzes the ways that you can change the kind of feeling that the audience is having throughout your performance. It's really, really beautiful stuff. Check it out. I'm sure they've got a great blog and videos and stuff like that. Guys, I'll see you next time.